Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about using hypnosis for studying and exams. And studying and exams are a time of increased stress for most people. Most exams are necessary. There aren't many people who'd willingly submit to the exam process if they weren't. And it figures that we need to have enough knowledge to be able to pass the exam, ideally at the first time of taking it. And that means studying becomes necessary. And there are lots of different ways, lots of different study techniques available to us, and their effectiveness varies from person to person. So I'm not going to go into the actual physical study technique, but for instance, some people seem to be able to just cram the night before an exam, but I suspect unless they've got a photographic memory, there's actually rather more to the process. But they'll have a system. Even if that was possible, there's still the need for studying in the first place in order to get the basic idea of the subject. So you're going to need to study regardless of how you do it. Sorry about that. After all, when we're born, the only things we instinctively know how to do are breathe, eat, and make a noise when we want attention. Everything else we have to learn, and whether that's using formal studying or whether it's learning by experience, such as crawling and eventually walking, doesn't really matter. Most of what I'm going to be talking about is formal studying of some sort, whether it's a home course, school course, a college course, or anywhere else you just want to improve yourself. Chances are your school or college won't mention using hypnosis as a method to improve your studying and improving your chances of success in exams. Getting tongue-tied there, sorry. And that's partly because hypnosis still isn't really considered a mainstream option for that kind of thing. Most of your teachers and lecturers won't have used it. Some of the maths ones may only have recently used a calculator or a computer, but we won't go there. But hypnosis is gradually becoming more accepted as a method to enhance your studying. And that's a good thing, because hypnosis is remarkably effective with both studying a subject and taking an exam in it. A lot of the studying side of things comes down to memory, and some subjects may bring in practical experience as well. You'd be hard pressed to learn how to swim or drive a car just from reading books or watching YouTube videos. But our memory isn't always as organised as we'd like. Things get scattered around our minds, and they're filed in a system that makes a teenager's room look tidy. It's actually quite remarkable that we remember anything at all, especially since we file different things differently. We've got short-term memory areas as well as longer-term memory stores, and some of those get enhanced with age, others don't. Things you study at school and college, and even later in life when you're progressing at work or changing jobs, fall somewhere between short and long-term memory. Our short-term memory is used for things that are of passing importance. Technically, it should be called working memory, but I've not met anyone in real life who calls it that, so we'll call it short-term. But regardless of the name we use, it's basically things we hold for a relatively short amount of time. What you just ate for lunch, where you were yesterday, that kind of thing. Long-term memory stores all the various memories you've got, but exams tend to fall somewhere between the two. Think of some of the subjects you took at school, history, geography, science, and ask yourself how much you can remember about them, or all those dinosaur names you knew as a kid and now you know a Tyrannosaurus Rex and maybe one or two others. Chances are you remember more about the teachers from school than what they actually taught you. But at the time it seemed important, and unless you dropped that subject, you almost certainly remembered enough about the subject to be able to pass the exam that happened with monotonous regularity. The exams crop up far too often in education, to my view. So where does hypnosis fit into this process? At a simplistic level, hypnosis works with your subconscious mind, and that's the part that does most of your day-to-day running of your mind and body, including where your memories are stored and accessing them at the appropriate time. You might have seen some TV programs where hypnosis is used to help access memories, and that's a lot closer to fact than fiction. Maybe the way they do it is more based for TV, but actually doing it is fair. It's the same type. It's time to use the same processes on yourself. And the best way to do that is use hypnosis for studying exams is with a self-hypnosis track. It's cheaper than visiting a local hypnotist, more immediate. You don't have to book, you just download it and press play. And you can listen to the track more than once, whereas your local hypnotist will charge you to have a second session. What happens precisely on each listening will vary, but that's because your mind is in a different place each time you listen. You might be distracted, you might be focused, you might be lots of different things. But regardless of that, the hypnosis track will help your mind to store the information you're studying and, probably more importantly, find it again when you need it. Not hours later, like those ideas that pop into your head at the most inconvenient times. That's how regular memory processes trying to be helpful but not quite succeeding. And another place that hypnosis comes in handy is for those nasty things called exam nerves. It's normal to get nervous before big events, and exams definitely count as those. Hypnosis generally helps you to relax. Most hypnosis sessions will take you into a deeply relaxed state, and you'll keep some of that relaxed state even after the hypnosis session finishes. Because whilst you can't take the trance-like state into the exam, because you look something like a zombie, you can definitely use hypnosis to tame your exam nerves. And hypnosis can be very effective at getting those seemingly ever-present exam nerves to do at least reduce themselves. And if that's interested you, and you'd like to download a hypnosis track to help you pass that exam, click the link below this video. It will take you to one of the best ones I've found, and it's there for immediate download, and it should help you. So I wish you every success. Good luck, click that link, and enjoy your exams as much as you possibly can.